Today we are going to study the following topics. We will study these networking terminology. We will study about internet, intranet, bandwidth, ISP, website, web portal, web page, home page, link, hyperlink, then hypertext, uniform resource locator, IP address, and domain name system. We will also study network topology. In this we are going to study three topologies, that is bus, star, and ring. Internet and intranet. Let's study about this. Internet, this is a global area network that connects computer system across the world. So this term internet, this comprises of a vast network, and this can be accessed globally. Means across the network any person can access internet. And what about intranet? Intranet refers to a computer network within an organization used to share files and resources. And intranet cannot be accessed by any outside person as it is protected by a firewall. So this intranet, this is mostly established in a company. Suppose if there is a bank, then the software which is accessed and the intranet which they are having, then they will not be able to access any other website other than their bank website, because they are restricted by a firewall, and no outsider can be allowed to access those intranet over there. So this is a difference between internet and intranet. Then next one is bandwidth. Bandwidth is the amount of data that can be transmitted in a fixed amount of time. So in a network, how much amount of data is traveling in a particular period of time, that is called as bandwidth. And this is all usually expressed in bits per second, or kilobits per second, or megabits per second. The next topic is internet service provider. These are the organizations that provide internet connection to users. So some internet service providers are like BSNL, Airtel, Jio. So all by this organizations we can have internet connections. So these are internet service providers. The next is website, web page, and home page. So what are these? Website is a collection of related web pages which can contain images, videos. Then these websites are developed by some of the softwares like HTML, then we have XML, JavaScript, and many more are there. Then these websites are managed by a company or an organization, or even a person can manage a website. So this is website. Now what is web page? It is a single page containing videos, audios, text, images, and we know that collection of web pages is a website. Each web page is identified by a URL. We will study about URL later on in this video itself. Then home page, this is the first page of a website. It contains main information about a website along with links to other parts of the website. So if you are visiting any website, then the first page which appear in the website, that is your home page. And this home page, it mostly contains a brief description about the website, that what it contains. And this home page will have a link to all the pages which are there in that website. The next one is our web portal. Web portal can be defined as a gateway to a wide range of internet services such as search engines, e-commerce. A web portal is also a website but with huge amount of offerings. So here we can see that web portal, this is also a kind of website, but it has many features in it. It does not contain information on any topic but suggests web pages to the user to find the desired information. So let's try to understand what web page is by this. What is a web portal by the help of this picture. So suppose this is a web portal. Here you can see that many functions are being provided by this web portal. What are these? Here you have shopping cart. Here you have payment gateway. Here you have dynamic news portal. Then here you have job portals is there. Then here you have an option to chat. So now let's take an example of web portal. So suppose if you are visiting any If you are visiting any website like which provides you many facilities like searching of jobs or searching for any data, like if it has a search engine, it has the option to check mail, it has the option to provide you to do payment and all, so that will be called as a web portal because this is providing you many facilities at the same time. For example, if you have heard of Yahoo, so that is an example of web portal because it allows you, along with many email facilities, it also allows you to have a search engine, means from where you can search for any website. Then link is a line or channel that connects two devices. Data is transmitted between the connected devices through this channel. So channel, the link is, this provides a channel through which two or more devices can communicate across a network. Then we have hyperlink. Hyperlink you must have studied in HTML. So this is an image text graphics that connects one web page to another web page. So if you have any hyperlink in a website, like here you can see this is a website, and when I kept the mouse point over here, this has got converted into a uh, finger finger icon, and so here this indicates that this is a hyperlink. Clicking on this, so if in a website if you are clicking on a hyperlink, then you will be able to connect to any other web page. Then we have hypertext. Hypertext is a text which links to another web page, so this will be called as the hypertext. Uniform resource locator. This denotes the unique address of a web page or a website. To open a web page, its URL is entered in the address bar or web browser. So this is an example of a uniform resource locator. So this is the website name which we have to enter, and this is unique. So this can't be same for two or more websites. Then next we have IP address. An IP address consists of unique set of numbers which is provided to each computer by IETF. What is IETF? This is Internet Engineering Task Force. So each computer is provided a unique number which is called as an IP address, and it is a 32-bit numeric address containing a set of four numbers. Here you can see this is a set of four numbers which is separated by dot. We also call them as period. So this will be a set of four numbers which will vary from 0 to 255. Here you can see that these numbers are in between 0. Here 0 we are having, and that this can go up to 255 and is separated by a dot. So each computer, if you are having internet connection in your home, then they have a IP address, and with the help of this IP address only it can be found out, like if any person is trying to do any illegal work, so it can be traced out from which IP address this work has been done. So, and this is very unique. Now let's learn something about IETF. What is this? This is an open standard organization. This is an organization which develops and promotes voluntary internet standards. So this develops voluntary internet standards, in particular the standards that comprise the internet protocol suite, like TCP/IP. So this help in establishing all the standards TCP/IP which we have already studied, and this keeps track of IP addresses. This provides an IP address to each system, and this keeps a track of that IP addresses. Then next we have domain naming system. This is DNS. DNS, this stands for domain naming system. Now what is this? Here you can see that here many domain names are here, like .com. You must have heard com, edu, gov, then mil, then net, org. Now what are this? Domain names are interpreted into IP addresses, as internet works only with IP address. Now domain name, what is this? This is suppose if you are entering any website's name, there you have the address of the website we have. Let's study this, then I will explain you this. This consists of two parts. One is the name of domain and the other is the web extension. So this domain name system, this consists of two things. One is the name of the domain, means what is the name, and the other part, that is the extension. Here you can see these are the extensions like .com, .edu, .gov. So these are This will provide a unique name to the website name, and this domain name system is finally interpreted into IP address because internet works only with this IP address. You must have seen that when you enter any domain name system, if you enter any website name, then after clicking enter, when it gets processed, you will see that it gets converted into some numeric values which we call them as IP addresses. And this domain names are easier to remember than IP address. We know that we can very easily remember domain names rather than remembering the IP addresses. A web extension tells the kind of organization and country it belongs to. Like here we have several extensions are here, like .edu. This will indicate that this is an educational site. .gov will indicate that this is a government site. Now it will also tell you to which country it belongs, like .us, .uk. If it is of India, then it will be .in. So all these are useful. This domain name system is useful to find out that to which country it belongs and what kind of website it is. Then our next topic is network topology. This is the arrangement of the elements or the computer of a communication network, means how they are arranged. And there are several types of topology which we have to study. They are bus topology, ring topology, and star topology. The first one is bus topology. Here you can see that how bus topology is established. This is a backbone wire. We call them as a backbone wire. And over here many nodes are connected. Now let's study about a bus topology. A bus topology is a topology for a local area network in which all the nodes are connected to a single cable. Here we can see that all the nodes are connected to a single cable, and the cable to which the nodes are connected is called a backbone cable. We have to study some advantages and disadvantages of all this topology. Advantages are, it is very simple to design. As you can see, this bus topology is very simple to design. This requires less cabling compared to other topologies because this is a very simple topology in which there is a main backbone cable and to which all the terminals are connected. It is easy to expand by simply joining two cables together. So this is also very easy to expand because if you want to enter any more, or if you want to uh, add any more computers to the network, then simply you have to add that node to this backbone cable. Then this is very cost effective. This is very the cost is very less. Some of the disadvantages of this topology is that the network stands on a single cable. So if any damage caused to this cable, the whole network falls. So if this backbone cable will fail, if it gets damaged, then the entire network will stop functioning. As the traffic is shared by all the nodes in the network, the performance of the network decreases as the traffic increases. So here you can see that if data will flow, then it will flow across all the nodes connected to this backbone wire. So if the number of nodes in this topology increases, then the network will also decrease its performance. Its speed will decrease. It is difficult to find the flaws and faults in the network connected with this method. It is very difficult to find out if any flaw or any fault is there in this network. This topology is very slow compared to other topologies. So this is also another disadvantage. The next one is our ring topology. Here you can see that this is a ring where each computer is connected through a ring. Now let's study about this ring topology. In ring topology, each node is exactly connected to two other nodes. Here you can see that each node is connected to two other nodes. So here it is connected here with this one and connected with this one, both forward and backward, thus forming a single continuous path for signal transmission. So this forms a single path for transmission of any data. Then these are the advantages and disadvantages. Flow of data is in circular direction, which minimizes the chance of packet collision. Here the data will flow in a circular path. in this method and in this direction, and so there will be very less chance of data packet collision. Collision means they will not collide with each other. The unidirectional ring topology provides very high speed. Unidirectional means if the data flows in single direction, this is called as a unidirectional ring topology, and this provides very high speed. It has better performance than bus topology, so this will have better performance than bus. Ring network can handle high volume of nodes in a network. So this can handle any number of nodes in a network. It can handle heavy traffic as compared to bus topology. Means if more data is traveling across ring topology, then that can be handled very properly. Then ring topology provides a good communication over long distance. So if you have a long distance data transmission, then that can be very properly handled by ring topology. Then the maintenance of ring network is much easier compared to bus network. So maintenance will be easier. Disadvantages: a single break in the cable can cause disturbance in the entire network. So if any node also fails in this network, so that can damage the entire network. In unidirectional ring, a data packet must pass through all the nodes. So if the data is flowing in single direction, then you can see, like if it is data from here, it has to move reach to this computer, then this will follow all the nodes one by one. So this is also one disadvantage. Then addition and removal of any node in this network is difficult and can cause issue in network activity. So if you have to remove or add any node in this network, so it will be very difficult in ring topology. Then the last one is a star topology. Here you can see the construction of a star topology. Here we have the hub, and with this, or the central node with which all the nodes are connected. Here you can see this is star topology. A star topology is designed with each node connected directly to a central device called as a hub. Here you can see this is the central device through which all the other nodes are connected. Now here we have some advantages and disadvantages of star topology. It is very reliable. If one cable or device fails, then all the others will continue to work. This is one of the most important advantage of the star topology, is that suppose this system fails, if it doesn't work, then this is not going to damage the entire network, because this is an independent node, and with this no other node is connected. It is high performing as no data collision can occur. Here also no data collision can occur because all the systems are independent. Then it is easy to add or remove nodes. In this topology also, this is easy to add or remove any node. Disadvantages: it is easy to install as this type of network uses the most cable. Here you can see that this type of topology or this type of network will use maximum amount of wire. Extra hardware is required, means a hub or switch is required to establish this network. Then if a hub or switch fails, or all the devices connected to it will have no network connection. One very important disadvantage is that if the hub or the switch will fail over here, then the entire network will stop functioning. So this is all about topology.